Where to go to college? It's one of the biggest decisions a family makes. And one key factor in this choice is the difference between big and small. Small colleges provide a real community, a commitment to teaching undergraduates, and faculty who know their students personally. Large universities offer a broad range of majors, extensive research facilities and equipment, and a diverse student population. Alfred University has all that, all the advantages of both environments, combined with a beautiful setting in the Allegheny Mountains of New York.
It's a very diverse school. It's strange that it's such a small school, and yet there's an art school here, there's a business school, there's ceramic engineering, there's people like me who have done their own thing. It's great. You know, you can go to a big school and find so much similarity, and yet you can come to a small school like Alfred and find people who live all over the place, do all sorts of things, and that's great.
Alfred's 2,000 undergraduates and 300 graduate students come from 37 countries and 43 states in the U.S. They're drawn by the opportunity to work with and learn from highly regarded professors.
They've got the opportunity here to work directly with the professors, most of whom are certainly nationally and some even internationally recognized, in their field, and yet these are the same professors they're going to meet walking down the street every day and get to know them well.
Freshman year I was taking an honors seminar, and for the last class the professor, canceled class, and he and his wife made us all lasagna.
It's this personalized education that is the bedrock of Alfred University, the foundation of its 5 schools and colleges. The equipment, the laboratories, the resources are all here. But it's the interaction between professors and students and the challenges and camaraderie this interaction provides, which makes the education a personal experience.
When you walk into a classroom, you're going to find somebody who is a professor in our faculty ranks, and you're going to be taught by professional people, most of whom have a terminal degree in their profession. We're a great institution for research. We take great pride in our research, but we are essentially a teaching institution.
Alfred isn't easy. Don't let anyone fool you. You're going to work hard. But if you're not working hard, then it's not worth it. So. But I think if you really want to go to school and learn something, what I've found is you're going to learn through people, not through coursework. And you're going to learn through having fun as well as doing work. And I think to get the best mixture of that, I found it here.
The university's campus stretches across 232 acres on a picturesque hillside. At its base is the town of Alfred itself. Residence halls are located at each end of campus. The center of classroom life is situated along Academic Alley. At the end of campus, you'll find McLean Physical Education Center and the playing fields and football stadium.
At Alfred University, it's a beautiful, beautiful campus. That is one thing I'm proud of, just walking around it. And there's a lot of history here. There's very old buildings, and there's obviously very new buildings that are just being put up or have been put up in the past year. And they all kind of mesh, and it all looks right.
Alfred's location, 1.5 hours south of Rochester, gives students from outside the Northeast a real chance to experience the change in seasons.
The fall is gorgeous. I love walking around campus in the fall. The winters, it depends on the day. Winters can get kind of sloppy sometimes, and other times they can just be kind of fun. Students take cafeteria trays and sled down the hills and go skiing at Swain, which isn't too far away.
In this rural setting, the town and university are part of the same community. And just as in a real community, friendliness is an important characteristic.
I came here very shy.
We
didn't
were
know a lot
the
of
shyest people, if you can believe we were.
And
you ask our friends who knew us freshman year, we didn't talk to anybody. And you really, I don't know what it is, but this place just brings a lot of different people together. It's really just a great, friendly atmosphere.
Alfred places a high priority on welcoming new students into the community with a distinctive orientation program.
Today is freshman and new student move-in day, and what I have to do is I'm helping check in students, make sure all their needs are taken care of, and basically just help them out in any way. I'm a senior and I've been through this is my 4th year, and I think I can answer a lot of different questions and just be someone there to help students.
Some freshmen live in Oppenheim, the largest residence hall. It houses about 150 students. Freshmen are also housed in the 4 halls which make up the mid-campus residences. Some of these rooms are newly remodeled. All residence halls on campus are co-ed. Once the suitcases are unpacked, orientation guides take students through the process of registration. A special convocation ushers them into the community, and they're asked to add their names to the roll of Alfred students. Then everyone is invited to a picnic where students meet some of their future professors and advisors.
If you come to Alfred, you'll actually know your professor. You won't get a grad student, you'll get your professor. Most of my colleagues are on campus every day. Their office doors are open, and we consider, I think, advising and talking to students as important as teaching.
This welcome to campus makes it a little easier when it's time to say goodbye.
Completely excited. I just moved in and the room's beautiful. It's bigger than my room at home. And my parents love it here, and they just felt really good. I thought it was going to be like a really bad goodbye and they're going to be all nervous, but they feel so safe leaving me here, and it's just really nice.
1, 2, 3, yo, we're going to dinner!
And the day isn't over yet. There's the first big dinner in A dining hall, a chance to sample all the different food lines. Later, at an activity fair, they meet students from more than 80 organizations on campus.
I was making a sales pitch for our beloved improvisational theater company. They can design, they can direct, they can tell people what to do, they can be told what to do. Anything they've ever wanted to do, they can do it here.
And they take part in one of the biggest, best organized events on campus, Playfair. It's a guaranteed icebreaker to round out the first day at Alfred. Once the year begins, all students, regardless of their intended majors, take courses through the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. It's the heart of the liberal arts education here. Beginning freshman year, students take full advantage of the Alfred advantages, such as the use of 9 telescopes on campus.
Our beginning astronomy lab, which is open to all students, science or non-science students, they split up in groups of 4, and each group runs a telescope. We also then have upper-level students who use them for research projects, and faculty. In particular, I do a solar research project with one of the telescopes, for example. So the experience can range from really almost frontline research associated with NASA and so on, to very simple projects that students can do.
Any student interested in research quickly learns the term ARGUS. It stands for Alfred Research Grants for Undergraduate Students. Students write proposals to do their own original research, and the university funds the project.
It's coming up with things on your own and figuring out why this doesn't work. There's no one there and you can't read why it didn't work. You have to sit down with your professor and you brainstorm of ideas of why things didn't work out right. We get along very well. It's not only just as a student-professor relationship. We sit down together and try to actually work out the problems. It's like it's a team. You form a team, and it's very personalized. I mean, I can call him at home and ask him questions if I need to. And when things go right, I run down the hallway and tell him, and it's nice because he's excited as well.
It's crowded in between 2 impassable walls. In between the clanking of the mechanics and the hedge.
Through readings, critical analysis, writing, and faculty support, students begin to see the development of their talents and their knowledge base.
A student who came into the first class and said, wow, 2 pages, I didn't think I could do it, but here they are, can sustain a story for 10, 12, 15 pages. I mean, begins to understand what it is to invent a story, what it is to sustain a character, what it is to really stay with a character or a moment long enough to allow something to happen.
We get in these heated debates about the nature of art and what the definition of an artist is and the difference between art and craft. And that's the kind of thing when I was in high school that's what college was going to be about. And it's really neat. And you can't not participate. They won't let you.
Students who are interested in business learn the importance of another Alfred advantage. Fewer than a quarter of all the undergraduate business programs in the country are accredited by the American Assembly of Collegiate Schools of Business. Alfred's College of Business is on that list. The college combines specialized business courses with a strong liberal arts base. Students are required to complete a field experience component. Plus, companies bring their projects to the business school.
Last year we had a business startup that they came to us and asked them to take a look at their information system. This year we have a company that has international ramifications, a small company, but it's great because a student can see everything, marketing, management, finance, the whole startup situation, and we're trying to help them develop an information system.
The College of Business is located in one of the newest buildings on campus, funded by a $5.5 million gift from the Olin Foundation.
When you walk into this building, it looks like an academic building outside. You walk into it and you say, this is not an academic building. It's wonderfully furnished and wonderfully styled inside. Then you go into the classrooms, you go into the laboratories. There's a computer here for every 3 or 4 students. We have an instructional laboratory with the latest equipment in there, not only hardware but software. We have an open laboratory that is used for any student in the university, not just the College of Business. And we have a room such as the one we're in here is a special room that we call it the Decision Support Center, where we have 15 workstations wired together, and we can do what we call electronic focus groups.
Classrooms here greatly enhance the learning environment and provide even more space for computer facilities.
I found that we're probably computerized more than a lot of other schools. In fact, when I talk to my friends oh, what's your Vax account? Or, so I can email you, because we are linked to the whole world through the BitNet, Internet, Telnet, you name it, net systems. All the colleges have their own PC labs, but the whole campus is networked together by Vax, which is a mainframe computer.
Spend time on campus and you'll see the portfolios and paraphernalia that mark students enrolled in the School of Art and Design. Students are required to submit a portfolio to gain acceptance to this well-known school. Harder Hall becomes their home away from home, and it's alive with activity well into the night.
Getting in touch with the feeling of the clay moving around.
In their first year, art students take a series of classes called Freshman Foundation to give them a wide exposure to all media and some unusual ways of learning.
It's a good introduction. It gives you a feel for everything, even if you have your mind narrowed as to what you want to go into. It makes you sit down and dabble in everything.
By the time they're juniors, they're ready to specialize in one of the major areas offered in the art school. And they work closely with faculty members who are world-renowned artists.
Particularly what's interesting about using glass is it takes a team effort. You only have 2 hands, and you really need 4 or 6 hands to create anything of consequence. So it's a real nice connection with the students to not only learn from me as a classroom lecturer, but to work side by side with me and me side by side with them to help each other create work. We have one of the best art schools going, and I know it because I watch my graduates and what happens to them. And they all have tremendous careers because of the experience that they had here at Alfred University.
Welcome to Mud Lab, the freshman voyage into the non-artistic side of ceramics. This is the home of Alfred's internationally known School of Ceramic Engineering and Sciences. Each year, the university graduates 1/3 of all the ceramic engineers in the entire country.
Mud Lab is great. Most schools in ceramic engineering don't have the facilities that we do. As a freshman, being able to go into a lab and work with the stuff hands-on is unheard of, and that's why Alfred has such a good program, because we have the facilities.
Here, they will have been exposed to laser Raman spectroscopy. We've got 3 electron microscopes. They will use the electron microscope the first time in their sophomore year. They will be able to use it by themselves at the end of that course. Okay? There's no place else in the country where that's possible, as far as I know.
In Alfred's College of Engineering and Professional Studies, students complete a core engineering program. Then they go on to specialize in one of the engineering majors during their junior and senior years.
I guess one of the things that we feel proud of here is that our undergraduate students do get a lot of practical experience in the labs, and we are managing to keep the lab sections small enough that the students all have a lot of hands-on experience on the latest types of equipment and different processes.
This lab work helps engineering students find co-op work arrangements with participating industries. Kimberly Gessner worked for Corning Incorporated on a project dealing with catalytic converters.
I'm involved in a group that's about 10 people, and we try to set up within our lab the entire production system on a miniature scale and understand the fundamentals of the entire process. And we do a little bit of redesigning and tweaking of the instrument and the materials to improve the entire project.
Field experience is also an important component for Alfred's education majors. Margaret Bellino and John McSwan taught a special ed class in grooming and living skills.
A lot of kids, they don't have as much opportunity as, a lot of the rest of us do. So that's just basically our goal for this daily living skills, is to help them out and give them something they can remember.
These students will remember John McSwan just as John remembers another part of his Alfred education that meant a lot to him. Wearing number 40 for the Alfred Saxons.
I had a great time. I made the best friends of my life on the team. I still keep in touch with a lot of them that have graduated years ago.
More than a quarter of all students participate in athletics at Alfred, and the rest enjoy watching. The Saxons compete in NCAA Division III. Alfred's football, ski, and lacrosse teams have been nationally ranked and have participated in postseason play. The gym inside McLean Physical Education Center hosts many varsity games and practices. The McLean Center itself is a great facility for students and faculty. It includes a 75-foot swimming and diving pool and a fitness center, plus racquetball and handball courts. There's plenty of time for students to take over the gym for intramural games, and the playing fields are open to everyone until late in the evening. Students interested in learning to ride for fun or competition make the short drive to the equestrian facility one more Alfred advantage.
Good job, Cindy! At the end of the day, you're another day older. And that's all you can say for the life of the poor. It's a struggle, it's a war.
You don't have to be a performing arts major to enjoy participating in Alfred's choral and musical groups. And soon, students in theater, music, and dance will all work under one roof, the new $8 million Miller Performing Arts Center. The jazz ensemble has gone on the road to such exotic places as the former Soviet Union and Tunisia. In a university that celebrates diversity, dance and theater students find countless ways to express it in some highly improvisational ways.
Freeze. MasterCard bill.
I think from that and from what all the shows do for me is sort of help me with confidence, boost that self-confidence, get me prepared to be in front of an audience, to work with people, to integrate with people from different backgrounds. And Alfred is giving us opportunities within all the disciplines to recognize that.
The Powell Campus Center plays a big role in students' daily lives.
When you walk in the building just to get your mail and stuff, and you walk by the couches and there's people sitting watching TV in the TV lounge or in the game room, or just sitting in the little aisle, you know that's a place to hang out, and you can always find that something's going on or find one of your friends there.
When you walk in downstairs, to your left, the radio station's right there, so you get to see who's playing the music.
It has one of our cafeterias, it has the Nevins Theater, the bookstore, it's got everything.
It's just an inviting place to be.
You simply don't sit around at Alfred wondering what there is to do. Some students enjoy the friendships formed through Greek life.
And we just do kind of like funny things like Miss Alfred and Mr. Alfred, and it's just a ride. Just kind of let our hair down and have fun.
Some upper-class students choose to live in their fraternity or sorority houses, or they move into on-campus apartments or suite-type living arrangements. There's also a house for students who take part in the honors program.
Go to see Les Mis. We went to see Les Miserables in Rochester for like $15, including dinner, transportation, and the ticket. Balcony, front row balcony seats. So it's kind of neat, and you get some other perks. You get to meet visiting speakers and things. So I'd suggest, anyone that can definitely try and go out for the honors program.
Every year, Alfred sends students abroad to travel and study in Europe, South America, Africa, and Asia. Christy Davis combined an 8-week internship at a British documentary company with her study abroad program in England. Jennifer Marston traveled to Kenya for a slightly more exotic learning experience.
I had to do a final project for that program, and I went out into the field for 3 weeks by myself and lived in a hut with these wonderful people, and I had a translator with me because we didn't communicate very well, but I learned a lot.
The advantages of an Alfred education are a tremendous help to students in their preparation for life as they go on to graduate school or enter the workforce. Alfred offers scholarships and financial aid to qualified students. In fact, nearly 70% of our students receive some amount of assistance.
Alfred has really been the best thing that has happened to me, if you can call that one, big experience. So it's really, I think it's really given me to be who I am today, and I feel like I've grown a lot more and I'm more independent than I was, when I was a freshman.
There was never a day that I couldn't find help from somebody with something that I needed, and that probably carried me through for the past 4 years.
I understood he told Governor Cuomo when he met him a couple of years ago that he's going to have his job, and I think he will,
Alfred has changed my life. Alfred has given me a new perspective on the world, and it's given me a global education, and that's something that I couldn't have gotten anywhere else. And just watching the graduates come up through ceramic engineering, art, liberal arts, business, you get everything here, and it's such a small personal feeling, and I was just overwhelmed today.
It's like leaving home again, and it's nice though knowing that I can always come back here, and I definitely will. Because I will miss it. It's just such a special, unique place to be, and I'm really fortunate that I was able to come here and experience it.